What's up, family? So in the case of really wanting to show you guys the essence of these sliders and how they play out, I'm going to be doing something that I've never really tried before, more of a long form version of my videos. I'm going to be showcasing a full game of these sliders on display. That's right, 12-minute quarters, a full 48-minute contest. And I'll be doing commentary throughout the game, just pointing out different parts where you see the sliders actually taking effect and kind of where the clamps have been taken off, but you'll see it all in real time. And so to see all of these variables and settings come together in a full game, I'm actually going to be doing my game planning, as you can see on the screen, setting it up how I actually do in my NBA seasons and everything, but the full out game planning, doing my matchups, doing my minutes, because these things actually do impact the results that you end up seeing after a full game. And so facing the Pacers, we're going to key in on Pascal Siakam, on Halliburton. We're going to hedge Halliburton, of course, because he loves to, attack the basket. He also has a really good mid-range and he can hit the three. So got to make sure our matchups are right. Definitely got to key in on Pascal Siakam because he's an aggressive player. A little bit of pre-rotation. We'll see how that all plays out in terms of help defense, but nonetheless keying in on getting this W. And as for our minutes and rotations, we're going to use Hart more so as our utility guy throughout the game. And Anunoby will be on Siakam. And I think everything here looks good. Let's jump right into it. Knicks at home versus the Pacers. MSG, first quarter. Let's get right into the tip-off. All right, so we win the tip-off here. And again, I like to, in the first quarter, oftentimes I'm just really trying to catch a feel. I'm not really trying to have my expectations too high on anything. Just getting guys touches, getting guys shots up, seeing who my hot man is going to be early, and I just kind of go with the flow. Because it's a 12-minute quarter game, you kind of have to pace it and take your time. And so you see the loose ball there. I do have ball handling set around like 42 for both the user and the CPU. And so you won't see that often, but you will see it from time to time if you're in the right position to knock the ball loose. We're going to go low here on the block. Miles Turner is a great defender, so I'm going to kind of tread lightly playing him down low. But we're going to go to our bread and butter. Sometimes you just got to go to your stars, get things going, get a bucket, get on the board. Jalen Brunson with a great mid-range. So here comes Halliburton. Nice drive and kick. And that's what I anticipated this game, how he's going to drive, how he's going to attack the basket, get his foul calls, kick the ball out, but there he is just right there in the paint. He's going to get his buckets, and that's what we expect. But it's all about keying in on your matchups and, trying to stifle what their averages are. If I can get him below his averages, I'm happy. There's a nice display of the shot versus contest, a good contested shot make, and Anunoby, he can hit those, that's what he does in real life. So I have Hart here, utility player on Halliburton. I have Anunoby on Siakam. I think we have some good matchups, and there you see a great 50-50 stop down in the paint. And here we go on fast break. Bridges is there. Nice lay. 7-2, great start, man.
Yeah, and that score got a little bit lopsided, so not the kind of effort that they...
Now, I do like Hart on Halliburton. Their size is kind of the same, but I believe that Hart is a little bit stronger. That strength definitely plays a good role on stopping guys from attacking the basket. Great defensive stop there from Cat on a deflection, and here we go down on the fast break. And that's where I have the movement settings set to 71 and I believe 26 for both the user and the CPU, so that you can have more positive outcomes on your fast breaks. It used to feel like the CPU could just catch right up to you. But here's Siakam, trying to get his baskets going, trying to find a way. Great defense, but he gets the board. It'd be like that. Here we go, 9-4. And so again, I do have my matchups, and during my NBA seasons, I run a lot of plays, but I don't have my playbook set up yet. So you won't see me run too many plays this game, but here we go, trying to get something going. Trying to run a random play, and nothing's there. So let's go to Cat. Let's get him going. Good look. No cookies. Another good stop there down low. And I really do enjoy the paint play because, again, you just never know what baskets are going to go in. You just have to take the shot, and you can't be afraid.
It's wide right, hits off the rim.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Let's see what Halliburton does here. Oh, too much room, guys. So you have to play Halliburton honest. You know, you play him up close, he's going to drive. You give him too much space, he's going to take that shot. One thing with the on-ball defense that I have set, great lay there by Brunson, is that you are going to have to now decide how you're going to play. If you're going to play off, if you're going to gap them, if you're going to play moderately. Those things really do make a difference in how the defender will be able to kind of cut off his driving lane. So you want to just make sure that you have those things kind of preset before you start a game, get your matchups going, and definitely set, you know, on a player like Halliburton, you might want to go moderate because he can either take the shot or, you know, blow right by you on a drive. It's a great look by Siakam. And these guys have closed the gap. 11-10 New York. Let's get it.
They set the pick. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Towns.
Anunoby with a great first quarter so far.
Outside Anunoby.
I should have took the shot there, and I forced a turnover. That's what happens when you hesitate. And there you see our first shot foul of the game. Now, one thing about fouls, let's talk about that. So you'll see sometimes that fouls will incur kind of up and down during the game. I've seen, especially, you know, down the stretch when players start to get a little bit more fatigued, more fouls will begin getting called. And I do just like that balance of, you know, games that I have high foul calls and some just won't, you know. Another bad pass. And you can see them on the fast break. They really pushed and got a bucket. So now they've got the lead, 14-11. I got to take a timeout. And you can see that momentum swing already halfway through the first quarter. Really enjoy these games, man. You kind of have to slow down the pace and make adjustments throughout. I'm going to take this three here. I was too wide open. Cat has a really quick release, so it's kind of tricky trying to get his shot off, but can't make them all. So you see another call here. Siakam at the line. And I think we've done a pretty good job corralling him so far in the first quarter. You know, anybody can get going at any time, so just have to pay attention to those things. Now, here we go. We're going to get Bridges back in action. You know, he's only got 2 points. I want to get him some more shots. We've missed some middies, and we do hit that third midi right there. So he can do that. It's just about getting that feel. And that's just part of the pace, too, being patient, making sure guys get warmed up properly. Got the screen coming up top. You see how we play this on-ball defense here. See how I cut that angle off, and he takes a new angle. Great defense by Anunoby. Back to Bridges. He's warmed up, and he hits it. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He missed his first 2 or 3 shots, and, you know, guys will get going. If you just continue to shoot the ball, opportunities will show up eventually. Tied up 16, midway through the first. It's great defense there. Forgot Miles Turner is a beast down there, and let's try to get this stop, get this lead back.
Second chance shot.
Great defense so far. Better offense. So, again, those 50-50s down there in the paint, you know, don't like to get my bigs in foul trouble too often. So sometimes I'll jump, sometimes I'll put my hands up, just depending on the scenario. So far you've seen these guys get a lot of picked off passes. That's really my mistake. I got to slow down sometimes when I'm pushing the ball up the floor. Now, one thing I want you guys to also pay attention to is, you know, I incur a lot of misses throughout the game. You know, you're going to see the ball come off of the rim more often than not. You know, shooting 40-something%. You know, when you watch highlights, it looks like everything is going in. But there are really a lot of misses that happen at the three, on the foul line, the layups. So you guys will notice that as well. Now, let's really go at Turner this time. There we go. We get a foul call, but we haven't really gone at him. You know, we can't play scared. We still have a premier big in the league and, you know, Karl Anthony Towns. And so getting to the line, we'll take those two. Sometimes you got to play the foul game. Sometimes you got to go to your hot man. Sometimes you got to run plays. It just all depends on what's happening in real time. And that's what I love about this game, man, especially when you have a good set. And also shout out to ATD, man. I know he's putting in work this year for the rosters. I have yet to use them, but eventually I will do a video showcasing these sliders with his rosters as I do every single year, man. So again, I wanted to make sure that these were done before the trade deadline, and that's usually when I start my season, so that all of the trades and transactions are done. You know what I'm saying? So making a few adjustments here. Got Shamit in, getting Achua, who was a great stopper at the power forward position. And I feel like you begin to understand the narrative of the game. Once you kind of get through that first quarter, you understand how to really play the team this particular game. I let him right by me. Sometimes that happens. Had the wrong angle. One of the settings for the body up sensitivity is still there, but again, you won't always get that bump if you're at the wrong angle. So they can blow by you if you're not careful. Now it's time to get Cat going. Only 4 points. He's on the boards, but especially when Miles Turner is out of the game, we can really get busy. But I still got to go at him eventually. Great defense there by Achua. Great fast break. That's what I love, man. You have someone like Anunoby who can really push the floor. You got to take advantage of it.
It's not always easy.
Knocking down both of them. Tied up at 22. 4 minutes to go in the first, man. So competitive game so far.
53%, setting the tone right from the opening tip. Siakam against Anunoby to the inside.
It's a good display of the inside scoring. Again, it's still kind of like that 50-50 feel. Achua is a great shot blocker, but Mathurin gets a better shot up.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Can't hit that one. Now here's Nembhard, covered by Towns.
All right, now Siakam's trying to isolate,
Looking it over.
push that basket. I can see it. And better defense. So, again, we're doing a good job keying in our matchups with Siakam this game.
Very efficient so far in the first.
Try to go to the bucket, and there he is, Miles Turner. He's all over that, man. So they're pushing the rock down on a fast break.
The shot by Nembhard, no good.
Good stop there by Shamit. And those are the things you're going to see down in the inside. There's another intercepted pass. I can't get away from. But with the inside scoring percentages, keeping it around 60 to 70-something percent is the average. You may see a 50-something if you have a really good anchor down low. And you may see in the 80s when it comes to being able to make a lot of layups, and it just so happens to be on that inside. And so it just all depends. You have to leave room for the spreads of numbers and statistics, if that's what you're ruling it out as, for being a sim-style game of basketball. But, it can always vary. It just all depends on your matchups. They just may have a hot night. They may have a cold night. As you can see right there with Towns, he finally gets a bucket down low. And that's what we want to see, those 50-50 battles from time to time play out on both sides. It's a bad matchup here. I knew that was going to happen. Obi Toppin playing his old team with the alley-oop.
Anunoby on the wing. Neesmith covering. Towns, a screen on McConnell.
I'm using that screen today.
The next rebound.
And I just can't buy a bucket with Brunson on the 3 yet, but it'll fall eventually. You just have to keep shooting, man.
Towns on a screen.
I try to get this foul call, but I don't get it. Towns on the boards, he's there, but we have like a mismatch here. We got to take that, man. And those are the things I'm saying, man. Just taking advantage of what's out there. Just playing basketball, man. Tied up at 26.
McConnell passes to Walker.
On-ball defense, here we go. Your slashers are really going to try to take advantage of that. And Anunoby, man, playing great defense. That's what we want to see. Minute left. And there's some of that physicality that I was talking about in my first video for these sliders. You're going to see a little bit more of the blocking fouls, the loose ball fouls, etc. So good to see that.
Left side McBride.
Got to take that. That's his game.
Three.
Oh, yeah, there's Deuce.
It from deep.
All day, man. We're up 3 points. It's been a pretty gritty first quarter, man. I've been enjoying it.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him.
Halliburton's back in and watch what he does.
Halliburton for three.
I tell you, man, the fun part about 2K and the good players in this game is that they really make you play honest. And that's what I have in these sliders as well, man. These will not be, oh, man, great shot by Brunson. Again, you just got to keep shooting, fellas. They will eventually fall. So, but they give you a run for your money. So you got to play straight up.
Trying to take advantage from distance.
Yeah, I would have lost it if he hit that too. So here we go. We got last shot pretty much in the first quarter.
Here's Brunson.
And I think our pace has been good. I think we've been playing a more conservative style, not really calling any plays. Again, I don't have my playbook set up yet, but with the matchups, you can see the difference that it's making.
Floats one.
Good try there, though, from Brunson. Didn't really get to the line as much this quarter, but that's just how it goes sometimes, man. So, end of the first quarter, 32-29, we have the lead. Let's take a look at the box score here, man. So, 55% from the field for us. They're shooting 46%. We're 4 for 8. It doesn't even feel like we're shooting 50% from 3, but that's a good number or a good stat to see. And then we have, 2 offensive rebounds to their 4, 9 to 8 on defensive. And overall, it just looks good, man. The steals, the turnovers are fair, in my opinion, so far. We're getting those fast break points, which is nice. And it looks like half of our points for both sides are coming from the paint. Now, a quick look at the player stats. We have Towns leading with 8 points, Brunson and Anunoby, and Bridges with 7 points each. So, we're scoring pretty well with our starters. You see Siakam, 11 points, Halliburton with 10. So, it's going to get chippy, man, as we go along. So let's get right into the second quarter. So going into the second quarter, my thing is anticipating who is going to be their hot man for the rest of the game pretty much. And I think for us, it's the same deal, just making sure that we're feeding the guys that are being productive, that was a nice pass to Obi Toppin, but we're going to make sure that we keep the ball in Brunson's hands. We got to keep Cat active this game and making sure we get guys like Anunoby and Bridges their touches as well. So we finally get to the line. Like I said, you'll see foul calls. If you don't see them in the first quarter, they will definitely begin to show up eventually throughout the game.
Yeah, this kid falling into the second round and all the
So you just got to stay patient and just keep playing ball, man.
Can he shoot the ball?
That's the whole point of these sliders. So
this guy has continued to work hard every year and turned himself into an all-star and an all-NBA player.
Robinson, he's checked in for New York. Bridges comes in for...
So I don't like this matchup. We have McBride guarding Halliburton, and that's going to be like trying to guard a tornado. So that's going to be a mess. Let's put Bridges, since he's in the game, go ahead and just match him up while he's in there. And he has the size. He's a better defender. And we're just making it make sense, making those adjustments as we go along. As you can see, great take. Better defense by Achua. Glad he was there to stop it. That was just a good look, man. It felt good. Just couldn't go in. Slow that fast breakdown. It's Halliburton. Great defense by Mitchell Robinson.
Such good instincts from Robinson there to throw that one away.
And that's me just pressing pass too many times. Y'all know what it is with the delayed pass. I wish they would fix that. But there he is. Halliburton's going to get his buckets. Great slasher. Great mid-range shooter.
New York has gone 4 of 9 so far.
1-point game. Let's keep Bridges active. We're going to go back to his mid-range, to his spots. And there it is.
Bridges has got 9 points.
Well, if the defense is going to give Bridges a lot of looks like this, he's got to continue to knock him down.
Now, he's really got to play some defense here because Halliburton could get hot this quarter.
Halliburton against Bridges.
Got me in the air. He could have made that, but need to be a little bit more disciplined to stay on my feet.
Brunson with it, and it's McConnell picking him up. Brunson rushes in.
Couldn't get the alley.
Here's Halliburton driving inside.
Great defense. So that's what I love sometimes, man, is that even a smaller player like McBride, you can still make great contests on great finishers.
Here's McBride.
Good pass. And there's that 50-50 inside shot that I love, man. You just have to keep shooting, keep playing ball. That's the name of the game. He got me in the air.
Gone by here in the second quarter.
Thank goodness.
Again, Halliburton.
So we're up by 5, man, 38-33.
Be a huge concern, especially when
And I'm really enjoying the pace of the game so far. We're really starting to see guys miss the shots a little bit more. Like I said, you're going to see that happen. So you can't get flustered. You just have to keep putting those shots up. And that was a great take. Bigger guy over a smaller player. And now I have been playing with these sliders for quite some time, so I'm very used to playing the on-ball defense, when I'm on defense, of course. But you'll get a feel. You kind of have to just try them out to really understand how it feels to try to stay in front of that ball handler. It's very challenging, man, depending on, especially when you're playing a good point guard or somebody. You got to really take your angles to stop them. And that was crazy right there. Good finish by the Pacers. 1 point game. Making some adjustments, trying to get some other guys in because I'm seeing that, you know, we're both kind of struggling on offense, but the defensive game is kind of fun. Nonetheless, somebody's got to break out, and there we go, right here. Good pick and roll to Mitchell Robinson.
That's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Alec.
not getting old here.
So they take a timeout. They kind of get the same picture, you know. Something's got to budge here, but we're going to make our adjustments, and we'll get right back into after the timeout. So we got some starters back in, Towns, Anunoby, Hart.
Walker finds Toppin.
We need to get a stop here.
Here's Halliburton.
It's great defense. Got the offensive rebound and puts it back. Okay. So again, you know, with the rebounding, man, it's something that I really love about this slider set. You know, we'll take a look at the stat sheet because I think rebounds are kind of a passive thing you notice in a game. But once you see the stats, you'll see kind of how it all spreads out statistically between all of the players.
Outside in the second quarter. Toppin outside. Back to
So Brunson, not my favorite matchup here on Halliburton, but he's quick enough. And we try to cut off that baseline angle, but we over-pursued it, man. And, you know, the CPU would just take what you give him. You know, that was a very, very high IQ shot right there by Halliburton, as he should.
Who can dominate the game at times.
Pass to Towns. 4-3. Indiana with a rebound.
Really excellent.
So we haven't really been able to knock him down with Towns or Brunson from the arc.
Could not have played him better.
A great driving kick there.
Nimhard, the pass to Toppin. Nimhard with it. Just 5 to shoot.
Good defensive possession. We just got to finish it.
Over Brunson.
Good defense.
The shot by Nimhard.
Great defense there.
For New York, they've got
And so the momentum swings, man. It's kind of like it's anybody's game from here, you know. Anybody could go on a run, and that's what I'm looking for. When our run happens, we can really take the lead and start to pace out and control the game.
goes in. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
So we're finally getting to the line a little bit more this quarter. You know,
On the line. He's got a special
we have some pretty good finishers. We have Hart, Brunson, and Anunoby. Can all finish at the rack pretty well. Get those bumps, get those calls. So we're going to make adjustments again here. You see we're putting Hart back on the Halliburton since we have our guys there. Just some slight adjustments that we're making. I'm very in tune to the game as I'm playing. Like I say, I just pace it out. I'm slowing it down. And, you know, for everything, I'm doing my best to be aware of who's on the floor
a performance.
and who can impact where while we have him on the floor.
The Knicks with the lead. Lets it go from deep.
Oh, I thought that was going in.
Again, can't hit.
But that's what we want. We want to create those opportunities for fast breaks.
Matherin against Bridges.
And if the three is there, we're going to take it. We just got to knock them down.
Outside for Halliburton.
Oh, he got me in the air again, guys.
Wide open look.
I got to have discipline.
After rolling around the rim.
Good shot by Halliburton.
8 points here in the quarter.
Down one, man, so we're swinging back and forth in terms of the momentum.
Option just to drop that one off.
I wanted to throw the alley, but Cat, he was just too slow to get to the basket, man. I saw him there. So we just got to take it with our star player here. Oh, yeah. Got him in the air. Brunson is an awesome finisher in this game.
And mixing it up down low, Brunson.
So we have Hart here, kind of pressing him. I kind of back off just to give him some space, but there he is. There it is right there. That on-ball defense that I'm talking about. You know, if you're not in the right position, they will take advantage of that angle that is open. You have to kind of predetermine, you know, where you think they're going to go, and just kind of catch them on that angle. Nonetheless, you know, hedging and icing are really good strategies against great guys who can attack the basket. So that was a good finish by Brunson there as well.
Turner passes to Siakam. Back to Turner. It's good.
That was a great play right there. Another 50-50 inside shot finish for the CPU.
Bridges finds Anunoby.
We're going to take those shots. There we go. We're going to take those shots, guys. They're going to knock down. You just have to be confident that your players can do what they do.
Always ready to fire.
So many lead changes this game.
Nimhard outside. Back to Halliburton. And stolen by
I kind of anticipated that as you saw it. That's my
pass to Hart.
my pro-am skills coming out right there, or my rec skills.
Kick out to Brunson. Here's Towns. He's covered by Siakam.
I think he can take him here.
Shot clock
Smaller
at 6.
defender on him. Here comes the double.
Here's Bridges. The three is up.
Great pass. Even better shot, man. So we just got to play ball, man. Those threes will come. So we got some momentum on our side. As you can see, we get the bump there.
Picked up by
Loose ball. We try to finish. And that was a great contest by Halliburton. But again, that lowered ball handle slider setting is
Halliburton.
really good for guys trying to go into traffic. You just have to be careful and be mindful, a little bit more mindful.
Tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny. When
So I'll call a timeout here just to kind of slow it down so that we can keep that momentum. You know, we're up 5. It's been a while since we've been up by that amount. And we're going to make a couple adjustments here just to get some guys, keep them energized going into the second half.
For the sub. McConnell's checked in. Payne against McConnell. Payne, the pass to Sims.
Got a mismatch. We take advantage of it. That's simple. 1 + 1 = 2, man.
that's the kind of
So just finishing out this quarter strong, going into the third,
in that possession,
you know,
maybe on your play for the entire game.
with a 7+ point lead will be great. And there's another legal screen or loose ball foul.
And right here, the 2K leaderboard
You'll see those happen throughout the game.
most of their second
You just never know when.
chances
So,
last year. Second, New York.
but I'm very, very happy with the foul settings. No calls, foul calls, loose ball fouls, charging, blocking. You'll see them all.
It's Bridges on the wing.
We got our star player in here. We're going to go for it again on the midi.
High post.
And I'm off. Great rebound right there by Sims.
Three. Here's
Another great board.
and he goes in for the dunk. And he's battling.
So yes, even with those low rebound settings that you see in my sliders, don't be alarmed. You can still do all the same things. Players in their badges, you can really see that shine as well. So it's not about the attribute more so. It's about seeing players across the board have a wider spread of being able to participate in getting rebounds too. Smaller guards, small forwards, big men, etc.
Back to Nimhard.
As you saw, Miles Turner got his offensive board.
Stop the drought. Nails it from beyond the
Wish he didn't make that, but great shot by Siakam, man. He's having a good game.
And you can see how Siakam has increased that.
Loving our pace, though. Loving our pace. We're still in the lead here. We just got to play smart, not give anything away.
Anunoby.
Wide open.
Pointer.
Just got to take what they give you, too. So that's on me.
9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Siakam the screen.
Great pick and roll right there. Yep, I saw it coming. He got me in the air as well. But let me tell you guys why. I've been jumping so much in this game, and there's a reason to that. It's because how the defensive strength settings work for the shooting, how you're able to make these contested shots. Yes, you can still contest the shots even with the low rating that I have on those sliders. Great and one finish there by Anunoby, the first one of the game. But back to the shot contest, right? They got me jumping in the air because even with the lower settings, you can still have an impact with your contest of the shot. You just have to really be in their space and really be in the air. Now, again, a better shooter will sometimes just bypass that contest. but nonetheless, it forces you to have to play defense and try to get a hand up in the air, causing shooting fouls, causing you to get pump faked, and forces us to play honest. So I love how that really makes an impact on how we play the game.
They need him to get it together.
There's another steal by the CPU. They've really been defensive minded against us, and they finished that fast break pretty well. So 5-point lead. We don't want to give this away too soon going into the second half. So we finally run a play here. It's been a while.
Screen by Robinson. Payne, the pass to Sims.
And here's Bridges.
Bridges outside.
Probably going to go for a midi here or maybe a drive to the rack.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
Good board by Sims. He's been on those offensive boards, man.
Side Payne. From the arc.
Just put a shot up. They got last shot.
Defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle big time.
Yeah, the best.
Yeah, all right, let's see what Siakam does here. 12 seconds on the clock.
Motion, and their motion on the perimeter just
Pretty sure he'll probably take this pick and isolate.
ended up costing them.
Siakam for 3. Can't get it to drop.
So there it is, man. 5-point lead going into halftime. And so let's take a look at the team stats. We're now shooting 50% in the game. They're shooting 47. We've taken 17 attempts. They've taken 12 on threes, and we're 35 to their 33%. We have 9 free throw attempts. They only have 4. And again, this is one of those games, like I said, where the free throw attempts don't necessarily incur until later into the game. So you guys will see that as well. We can also see the rebounding stats here, which I love. 19 to 17 defensively and 5 to 7 on the offensive boards. Points in the paint, 26-34. And team fouls are pretty low on our end, but once again, just watch as the game progresses. You'll see how it all plays out organically as you just continue to hoop. And here's the shooting chart from scoring from all 3 levels. And let's take a look at the percentages. We're 80% from the inside. They're 70 from the inside. And that's the main one I really pay attention to in terms of the percentages from the floor. But the close and inside shooting is the main thing. So some quick player stats. You can see the scoring leaders so far. And it's pretty balanced out throughout our starters. You know what I mean? And you can also see the balance of rebounds that I was talking about. So our bigs are getting boards, but and some of the smaller players are able to participate on those rebounds as well. So heading into the third, we got to keep our momentum, knocking our shots down, playing good defense. So let's get right into it.
Yeah, he's played with great energy in the first half.
All right, so we're still pressed up, you know, full court press on Halliburton. You know, he has 20 in the first half, so we got to do that. And they got a great 1-2 punch with Siakam and Halliburton this game, man.
Josh Hart. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Brunson.
Attacking the basket early in the second half. He gets the call. And no shot fouls again. Those things will come. They've only gotten 4 in the first half. This is their 5th and 6th attempt at the line. He knocks both of them down. And so you'll see, as the game goes along, the physicality kind of induces, I think, from how players' stamina goes down, and it just gets a little bit more gritty, and I love that part about it.
Down low. Turner covers.
It's a good look there.
Halliburton's got 5 rebounds tonight.
Not able to make those fades so far this game with Cat, but he's still been impactful in other ways. So it's a 1-point game now. So here we go, man. We've got our matchup set. We've done our adjustments. We've got the game narrative. At this rate, we just kind of got to go to our hot guys. And here's Brunson with his 15th point of the game. And that's the thing, you know, it's a gunsling with these good teams, man. You know, you got to stay disciplined on the all-ball defense. As you can see, too much space. I got caught up. Thankfully, he misses that. But you got to play good on-ball defense the whole game.
It's a 3-point game.
And, you know, you have to make the right reads.
Oh, you got to guard Halliburton from there.
He makes that contested shot to tie it up. So, again, our mistake, man. We gave up the ball as soon as we got it back. We just got to slow the game down.
Off the assist from Brunson.
Great shot right there.
Brunson's got his
And Anunoby is a big player for New York, you know. And I love his game, man. Defensively, you know, he's a 3-and-D. He can slash a little bit. So here we go. Anunoby against Siakam. These third quarter matchups is what I'm really looking for now. Players start to turn up. Momentum really starts to shift.
Turner, no good.
Great hands-up defense there. And you can contest these shots like I mentioned earlier, but really invading their space is what it's about.
Mathurin with a rebound. The Pacers have gotten 2 of 4 shots to
There we go.
since the
Some
break.
good physicality. That's what I want to see. Those blocking fouls, those charging fouls, those collision fouls is what I'm talking about. With the lower agility, the lower on-ball defense is forcing you to have to really stay in front of guys. And you'll see it. You'll see those collisions happen a lot more, those calls for charges and blocking fouls. Just trying to stay in front of the defender, or excuse me, staying in front of the ball handler with your defender. So we got a 1-point game, man. This has been a back and forth game, quarters 1 through 3.
Brunson against Halliburton.
Wide open.
Obi for 3.
Great look, great board. There's Cat.
Down right in the face of
There he is.
Halliburton.
And that's a powerful man right there. Towns is never going to pass up a chance.
All right, so back to it. We didn't really make any adjustments off their timeout. That's really on them trying to stay in the game.
Teardrop. Here's Halliburton.
And then they get the N1 call there. But we were right on top of it.
Bridges. Indiana shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
So as you can see, these free throws are beginning to pile up for them.
Halliburton as the best passer in the league.
Got to make that. We just can't knock them down this game with Brunson.
The Pacers have gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this 3rd quarter. Pass to Nembhard. Back to Halliburton.
So they're really trying to go to their stars now. And one thing about Halliburton, he really knows how to control the game,
The triple.
feed the ball to the other players, and you can see right there. Matherin with the 3. Nice shot.
Catch and shoot ability.
They finally got the lead back, man, so we got to take control again.
Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the
And there it is, man. Getting to the line, playing the free throw game. You understand the narrative of the game
Him at the rim.
by the time you get to the 3rd quarter. But we got to knock those free throws down. I do have my free throw setting, I believe, on the low 30s somewhere for both the user and the CPU. Just to give it a little bit more challenge, you have to focus a little bit more on your free throws. And you'll see real percentages as well.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd. Off target with a
And Anunoby doing a good job, forcing the miss.
And Anunoby a screen on Halliburton. Brunson with it. Siakam covering.
I like this matchup here.
On the baseline.
I'm going to take it.
Anunoby can't get it to go.
I think I really meant to lay that up, guys, but it is what it is.
Halliburton on the wing. He's covered.
And so there we go. You can see Hart and his physicality. I really like him on Halliburton, just based off of how he's able to put his shoulder into his chest.
That'll get him his 4th foul of the
And so that's 4 fouls on Bridges. Got to really be careful down the stretch
A little wiggle room.
as we begin to weave these players in and out of the game, shift how they play or even who they guard so that they just don't get fouled out.
Be over the limit.
And there's another collision foul, as you can see, that blocking foul. This is what I love about 2K, man, that physicality. The game starts to get a little bit more physical, chippy. Hart is a great defender, man, for guys his size. And, putting that shoulder right there on him, those are the things I like to see, man. It just really changes how you play the game throughout.
Halliburton. Brunson on the drive. Oh, and
Good block there. But that's so great to see right there. Turner, an anchor, gets the block on Brunson, and then a smaller guy like Hart can get that rebound. He can put it back up and get that 50-50 ball on the inside shots, man. And that's realistic to me, man. Those are things that I like to see. It's just not an automatic contest or an automatic block just because he's an anchor, He's a great defender, but he's not Superman.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive.
Back and forth game, 72-70, man. So we're trying to, listen, at this point, our starters have to be starters. And they all have to really step up and knock down shots. But, Brunson, again, he's struggling from the 3-point line. Again, that's me,
Always been Tibbs' MO.
but it happens.
thanks, Allie.
And there it is again, man. Hart down there making a tough play. When I talked about how strength plays a role in a player's attributes, just knowing who your players are, that can make all the difference. So, making them have to earn it at the line, look at that, man. 1 point instead of 2. So I'll take that any day. So we go right back at him, man, and we get that call at the line as well for Brunson. And these fouls are starting to pile up, man.
They converted on it. Not just
It's a completely different quarter than the first, as we saw. Practically no calls. Now the refs are, whistle happy. So you'll get those free throw attempts as it goes. Just play ball and just let the stats take care of themselves.
Stop over at home before they have to get back out on the road. Turner, a screen on Hart. Siakam, the pass to Turner.
That's a good take right there. Good pick and roll, man. They've been pick and rolling me all game. Some of our bigs are a little bit slower. Turner's a more athletic big in a sense, so we're taking advantage of it. Good board, Cat. I definitely need Brunson to kind of turn on either this quarter or next so that we can, close the game out. Just like that. There we go. Spoke too soon, but 75-73. We got to get this lead back. Brunson with the N1. And you got to keep trusting your star players.
He's checked in for Matherin. Indiana has gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. Turner passes to Nembhard. Turner, a screen on Brunson. Back to Turner.
All right, Turner down low. Will he go up? Great miss right there. So, again, you just never know, man. And we'll get the and 1 there. We're getting to the line this time, fellas, so we got to take advantage of our free throws. And I miss everything right there, man. So, but we're up 1. Don't like this matchup. Smaller guard on a bigger guard.
And there's another thing going on right now for them that has to get their confidence up, and that's the 3-ball.
You can see we're getting a little rattled, getting a little confused. They take advantage of it. I'm trying to stay in front of guys. They're doing a lot of motions, a lot of off-ball screens, and jumbled me up and got me confused. And they took advantage, man. That's what happens. Good pass. I should have went up there. But we'll knock this down right here. Oh, yeah. Eventually, he'll meet his quota. All right, I don't like McBride. For that reason, like I said, man, you got to know who to put on who. So he's got 30 points already, halfway through the third quarter. So we're going to make a couple of adjustments. Guys are going to get tired, and we want to make sure that we have, enough in the tank to just close the game out. Keeping those leads, keeping that pace of the game high, playing good defense. It's all about managing all of the variables, of course, but game planning, setting up your matchups for me really helps equate to my wins because the slider sets that I build are set for the CPU to really take advantage of the things that you give them and show you no mercy. So, but to be where we are down by 1, I'm still pleased with how we're playing. It's a good look there. Great position there on a rebound. Go back to our star, man. He's got 23. We got to keep feeding him.
Back to Robinson.
All right. That's Mitchell Robinson. Not the greatest inside scorer, but, got to take advantage of the mismatch. Now, Halliburton, man, either he's 2 things. Oh, no. I was going to say, man, but that shot right there, that was a great tendency shot by the CPU. I love how aggressive he was. But we got to slow him down. He's already at 30.
Siakam against Hart. Launches it.
That shot felt good, guys. Just not our best 3-point shooting night.
Now here's Nembhard. Pass to Turner. Outside Walker.
Oh, good block. Oh, that was a good block right there. Got to make it. Felt great. Looked great. Went in. 26 for Jalen Brunson.
He's a legitimate threat from outside the arc.
Hart's really got to step it up here. And so, that on-ball defense, man, has really been, challenging this game. And as much as it may look as I'm able to stop guys, sometimes I'm about to break my left stick just because I'm trying to stay in front of a ball handler.
Fouls have been an issue for Robinson, but the thing that he really needs to learn is it's
Oh, that was a good take right there. So there we go, guys. Able to make layups, off of a tough drive. You can finish really well at the rack. It's not always a block. It's not always a contest. Sometimes it goes in your favor. So you got to take advantage of those shots. Good defense. And Chu was a great filler for our defense. All right, man. So we got Jalen Brunson. He's hot.
Siakam.
Got to take advantage of the game with them.
Brunson.
Get those shots up, and if they're not there, we'll defer. But we want to make sure we keep the ball in his hands to make plays just like that. Great dish off. I could have scored, but, you know, we're getting everybody involved, man. Up 6, 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Siakam outside.
And here's Siakam going to the rack. Great take.
21.
He's a better offensive player than Achua could be on defense. So, you know, we can stay in front of him for a little while, but that's what I want to see. Ooh, crossed him up a little bit.
Halliburton against Brunson.
So now you're starting to feel that game tension kind of build. You got to stay controlled with your team. Go right at him.
Nice finish from the low block. That was
He's hot, man. Go right at him.
8 points for him.
That's what I love about 2K, man. 2K is such a great game when you put all the right variables together. You know, and these sliders are so much fun. Every game is different. Ooh, that physicality right there. I love it. 2 physical players going at each other, man. Good foul call.
That's good from Siakam. And
See if he can knock both of these down.
Sims, he's checked
We got some subs coming in.
Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Achua.
That's why matchups are key. Knowing who's on the floor, you don't want to get taken advantage of. If they still have a great starter out there and you got some bums, you know, filling in the gaps.
Towns outside.
All right, we got Big Cat in, and we got a nice mismatch. We may be able to take advantage of this. Toppin being an athletic player, but much smaller in strength and stature.
The layup misses.
That's a good look.
And Siakam has got the ball.
I'll take that any day.
Toppin outside. Back to McConnell.
Ooh,
Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick.
that was a good drive right there, man. They even pick and rolling me with their point guard.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent.
I don't think that was a pick and roll. I think that was a cut to the basket, but still. Great play by McConnell.
Back to Brunson.
Let's go back to him.
Pass to Towns.
All right, this is where we're going to take advantage of that big. They double team here. That's it.
Ooh, it's Towns with
That was a good look. But Cat is there, man. He's been having a good game on the second chance points. So you need those as well, man. Somebody that can give you those good second chance buckets, rebounds, etc.
Toppin. Oh, there's the alley. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
I want to say that's his second or third alley on us, man. So, you know, you can tell when you have an athletic big against, you know, someone who's not as agile.
Brunson against McConnell.
So let me know so far down in the comments, man, what you guys think of these sliders. It's playing out really well. We got last shot. And Cat, man, he knocks it down, man. Great shot going into the fourth quarter.
Towns has got 7 points here in the quarter.
And, man, so we end the quarter up 5. Way to win the quarter once again. So let's look at the team stats going into the fourth. We're both shooting 50% at the same field goal makes and misses. That's crazy. So they have 19 attempts at 42% on threes. We're 38% from 3. And now they have 13 attempts compared to their 4 going into the third quarter. So you can see these free throws begin to add up. Different quarters play out differently, man. So just trust the process, man, and, you know, just hoop. So 16 for us. 46 to 42 points in the paint. Both teams are pretty much even on fast break points. And you can see the rebounding category, we're pretty much even as well. Blocks and steals, you can see they are on 8 steals to our 4. And, man, 11 to 9 team fouls. And to that, you know, compared to the first and second quarters, we ended up having a very physical third quarter. So it's showing on the stat sheet as you just continue to play. And here's a look at some of the player stats as well. Brunson with 28. You can see that rebound category kind of filling out, and Towns already with 12 boards. So your bigs still can incur a lot of rebounds as they play as well. But 30 and 23 for Halliburton and Siakam, respectively. We got to get a stop to that in the fourth if we want to close out this game with a W. So let's get right into this fourth quarter.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very
So we got Cameron Payne and some other backups like Shamit and McBride, Sims, all on the court right now, giving our starters a rest. Much needed, of course. And then you got Shamit right here, man. Can come in, make a 3, play defense. Good role player that can kind of help us pace out the game, because at this point, being up by 8, it's about controlling the pace of the game, you know.
from the high post
That was a great mid-range by Halliburton. Like I said, star players are going to be star players. They're going to take over the game, and we got to make sure that we're keeping our matchups up to date. And so having Shaman out there, I'm okay with having him guard Halliburton because of his size and his ability to defend on a decent level. But there's Towns, you know, being the star player that he is, we got to feed who's on the court.
Pass to Walker. Now here's Toppin.
And so mostly, you know, these games, man, I'm just staying mindful of my matchups. I'm staying mindful of, you know, forcing certain shots or, you know, who should shoot the ball based on, you know, how well they're playing. Just that mindfulness, you know, along with knowing how the slider set already plays, makes me play honest. And there's Big Cat taking over. Doesn't matter who's on him. They tried to double team him. We're going to take advantage of our star player being on the court, putting us up by double digits for the first time this game. So Halliburton off. It's a good rebound, good kick out. But thankfully, they miss. Because we want to keep this lead. This is where I'm beginning to pace the game out. And the best part is that I don't even have my starters in right now, and we're playing well. Now, that was a goofy shot, but we've been having Cat on the boards all game, just like you see. All right, we got to get that up. And that was a bad pass, but... Ooh. So, remember when I told you guys in my first slider video that sometimes when they're coming downhill, if you meet them to that angle late, just like in real life, the ball handler will most likely win that layup contest, you know, and in that case, he got the and one. So it's not what we wanted, but I'm glad we had someone there to contest either way. But I love the physicality of the game. I really do.
To the right side.
Let's get busy, Cat.
Towns down low. Neesmith covering.
Okay.
The shot by Towns.
That fade has not been there all game.
Trail by 7. If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over.
Look at him. Look at Halliburton trying to take over, man. Good defense, Shaman. That's why I love making sure I have the right guys out there.
It's Shaman on the wing, defended by Halliburton. Here's Shaman.
And he gets the and one. A role player coming through, man. So just the narrative of this game is I believe that our starters have all contributed well. Bridges didn't really see the third quarter because of his 4 fouls. Cat has been playing up to par. Brunson has been playing up to par. And, you know, our three-point shooting has been okay, but Brunson has been off the mark from 3 this game. So defensively, I think we've done a pretty good job, man. You know, scores are going to be scores. Shaman with a hand up. I love it. So with 8 minutes left, you have a lot of basketball to play, and you just have to take advantage of all of the possessions. There you go. Go get a bucket. Make it make sense. With a 12-point lead, we may not even need to put our starters in until maybe around 5 minutes, depending on how well this second group goes, you know, how well they play. And so that's how I play my seasons, man. I really try to win the quarters, you know, define my matchups for who is assigned on who, and the minutes as well. You know, how we play these star players. Got them in the air. Let's go. Got to go up. And, you know, the game unfolds itself. You know, the numbers will appear by themselves as you continue to play. And so, again, yeah, just the stamina, you know, you start to see that wreak havoc on a few of the players. I think Halliburton is getting a little bit burned out. And
every year, Bridges seems to take another leap.
Yeah, so he's getting a little bit burned out, you know, and we're taking advantage of the fact that you can't win a basketball game as a one-man show. That eventually, when everybody's clicking, we should be able to get the win. And let's just try this out. Just wanted to try it out. Again, Mitchell Robinson, not the best inside scorer, but why not? We're up by 13.
Bridges against Walker. Halliburton on the wing.
And so I wouldn't say I'm coasting here, but I am playing with a little bit more conservativeness in terms of, oh, here goes the on-ball D. Look at him. Those are great moves, but again, I was able to stay in front. But yeah, I'm not playing overbearing, you know, on either side. I'm looking for the open shot. I'm going to take what they give me. I'm kind of going to let this time just kind of have its way. We'll hold the ball again for the possession. Take some more time off the clock. Why not? Good look. I really wonder what his three-point stats are for this game. I haven't taken a look. I rarely even look at the stats when I'm playing. I just look at the end of the game. But just for the fact that I'm doing this video, another miss by Halliburton. Again, he's burned out. But for the sake of this video, I'm showing you guys stats in between quarters just so that you can kind of follow along well.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to be on Tyrese Halliburton.
And Bridges really likes to get to.
And I don't know why Bridges' free throw shot is, yeah, I miss oftentimes with his shot. I don't know why. It's like an easy release. He doesn't have a low rating. I'm always missing with Bridges' free throw. But so I need to make some quick adjustments real quick just for the sake of the end of the game. Looking like I just want to kind of finish out strong. And so I'm going to start putting in some starters at this point in the game. So with a good 14-point lead, you know, I'm feeling pretty confident that in these last 6 minutes, all we got to do, there it is, big block. All we got to do now is just play our game, take our time. Why not? My boy is hot, but he misses. I think I held it too long.
He brings it up for Indiana. They trail by 14. Pass to Nembhard.
There's Pascal. So they're having an off quarter, and we're taking advantage of it.
12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. And here's Brunson. It's tipped.
Good save there by Anunoby. And let's go to Cat. He's still hot. Let's use it up.
Turner covers from the right block.
Oh, and even when he's hot, guys, I love to see that. Even when he's hot, a great defender can still make a play. So it's not automatic, you know, it's not an automatic just because he's hot, he'll be able to do what he wants to do. It still feels realistic.
First one falls for him. Mathurin's checked in for Indiana.
And so you guys have seen it, man, you know, for you guys that would have said, you know, hey, it's only 4 free throws and 2 fouls going into halftime for the Pacers, or whatever that number was, good pick and roll. That's a flagrant. But for you guys that would have said that comment, once you look toward the end of the game, you'll see it's all caught up. So different parts of the game, rebounding, steals, blocks, free throws, attempts, percentages, it'll all smooth and even out. And just have fun wanting to try to beat, you know, the AI, you know, at their game. And it'll take some game planning. It'll take, you know, knowing your scheme and knowing all your player shots and all the things that I always talk about for good reason. That was a tough take right there. Siakam finally got the best of Anunoby. Anunoby's been playing, I believe, pretty good on him, even though he has 25. You know, we're up by 12. That's what matters. There it is. So he's still hot. He can make it.
Inside.
Now stay on my feet. Good defense there. 16th board for Big Cat.
16th rebound on the night. Outside Hart.
It's a good pass. Great shot. Starting to put that icing on that cake, guys. So this is I would say, a successful way of seeing. Oh, it's a good contest at the rack. A successful way of seeing game planning and scheming, matchups, making in-game adjustments, going to your hot man, you know, getting the player spots. A great display of all of those things coming together. And we're not playing the Nuggets or anybody, but the Pacers are a decent team. You know, you do have to key in still because they will beat you. I've been beat by them already with my testing, and this is just me, you know, at the height of all of my testing, at the height of knowing how to play with the Knicks. I play with the Knicks every year, so y'all already know. So I'm going to get my easy 2 there, and we're going to coast. About 3 minutes, you're up by almost 20. All you got to do is coast. So we're not going to make any adjustments here. Let's get right back into the action. Yeah, maybe I could have subbed in my other guys, but, you know, it's end of the game. There's Nembhard with a good and one, you know. Like, again, you've seen the proper amount of and one plays get called here. It took a while. I don't think we saw one until the second quarter. But you'll see a good blend of those, you know. Maybe you may see 7 of them in a game. You may see 4 of them, maybe even 10. It just depends. And I just love that spread on all the stats and variables of the game. So yes, true sim gamer, man. True sim sliders coming out in this game, as you can see. Oh, we missed both of them. That's crazy.
No one expected to see that. He's been owning the line as of late.
On the wing, Nembhard. And here's Halliburton.
We've been able to hold Halliburton, if you haven't noticed, all fourth quarter. Good pick and roll. The Halliburton has really struggled this fourth quarter. You know, if they give it to me, I'm going to take it.
Brunson with the bucket.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
He's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this
Up 16.
Pass to Turner.
This would really be a fun playoff series against the Pacers, though. Just how they play. I think they match up evenly well against us as well.
Siakam's gotten 4 this quarter.
Well, you know,
So Siakam trying to finish strong.
pretty much automatic.
Hard with it. Fires for 3.
See Hart in the corner. Can't knock it down.
Halliburton's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Lets it go.
That was a good shot right there.
Jump shot is good that time. Halliburton's got 14 points now in the second half.
Extra sauce on that one, please, Halliburton. Wow.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Now, depending on who's hot, if I could get, you know, I may do a matchup. If let's just say I were to play them again, I would, you know, possibly put Achua. I could put him out there on the floor to start against Siakam. I could put Anunoby on Halliburton. I could put Hart on Mathurin. You know, there's so many ways you can kind of match up against different teams. And here we go right there. I kind of play conservative. I don't take a shot. I call timeout. Go ahead and get my subs in. Give these starters a rest and get this W. And so there you have it. We take the win 120 to 108 against the Pacers. Really, really fun game. Great game all the way around. We had a lot of momentum swings just teetering those lead changes, man, as you guys can see. But you saw everything, man, from the contested shots, the fouls, the physicality, rebounding, etc. So let's get into the team stats. Okay, so we shot 49% on the game, which was really, really good for us. They shot 46% on 92 shots. We took 34 three-pointers. They took 26. And we finished with 35% from the arc, while they were 31%. Ended the game on free throws. They took 19 attempts. We took 25. So that's really great to see how that panned out. Fast break points, 15 to 12. That's really good. Points in the paint is evened up at 58. That was really good. And we got almost the same kind of stats down the line, from second chance points to bench points. Rebounding was well for us, for our end. And 11 to 6 on steals, 4 to 3 on blocks. Overall, man, just a really fun game. And so let's get into the player stats. So we finished with 34 for Brunson, 23 for Towns, and 16 rebounds, and 21 for Anunoby. Everybody played their part. You know, the rebounding category, which I told you to pay attention to, you know, you get to see some other guys get rebounds. Like Hart got 5, you know, Bridges with 4, etc., man. So everything looked really balanced out and even on, you know, the offensive front for the Knicks. And now for the Pacers, you know, Halliburton finished also with 34, Siakam 27 and 9, Turner with 12 and 14 boards and 3 blocks. I mean, he had a great game against us. Nonetheless, they couldn't finish. We were able to hold Halliburton to about 4 points in that fourth quarter, man, really defensively finishing strong. So we successfully executed our game plan and got the win. And so let's take a look at the shot chart. So you can see balanced shooting across the board from every level, from inside, midi, to beyond the arc. And we finished from 81% in the paint, which is actually on the upper end. They finished at 68%. And that's usually what I see, around the 60s to the 70s. The close shot percentages look good. Mid-range looks good. I mean, I love the balanced numbers at the end of these games, man. It's really giving me a lot to come back to every time I sit down and play. So hope this was entertaining and that you guys received the full takeaway of what these sliders do in a full 48-minute contest. Give them a try on 2K Shares, King Sim Kits. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below about your gameplay results, etc. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.